camera ready, which is my best sign. Not really sure. Anyway, don't normally do video blogs, certainly not this time of the morning, 1:15. But it's taken me nearly a month to plan 69 days of this monumental trek around the UK. And I've got a bit of a dilemma, it's got to be said. I'm looking at the Google Earth map, trying to plot the route on the satellite images. I'm right up to way into Scotland now, so that's really cool. And judging by the distance covered so far, I think we are going to be able to do it within a record-breaking time as well, as long as the record books, Guinness Book of Records, accept the rules of the challenge. Now, I put in the application earlier on today after discovering that nobody has officially got a world record for trekking around the UK coastline, but we've got to wait 6 weeks before we can find out whether or not that happens. So getting back to the map, obviously the rules of the challenge, which I set down being a bit hard on myself, I think, possibly, but it does allow me to use a pack raft to get across rivers and estuaries. Now, obviously, up in Scotland, there's a lot of inny-outy bits where the coastline becomes a bit of a grey area of where does the sea begin and where does the estuaries begin. Now, I've come across one section, and to be honest with you, it doesn't look far when you look at it on the screen. But when you put a ruler across it, it actually works out to be almost a mile between shorelines. Now, common sense dictates that you shouldn't attempt a mile crossing in an inflatable dinghy, which is essentially what a pack raft is. Maybe a little bit more robust than the ones you put your kids in down at the beach, but other than that, it's an inflatable dinghy. I will also have used it for 69 days, which equates to an incredible distance. So hopefully it'll still be okay with all the packing in and packing out. I've been assured by Alpaca that the rafts will be durable enough to be able to take the strain. But do I attempt a 1 mile crossing, or do I spend 3 or 4 days trying to locate somewhere slightly narrower to make my crossing? This is the big problem, and I mean, it's one of those things that I have to decide now, because if I decide not to take the 1 mile crossing, which, I mean, it's not far, I've paddled further than that on numerous occasions, but not in an inflatable. I mean, in a proper seaworthy boat and without any kit on board. It's one of those situations whereby you get there and then you could easily make a decision depending on how flat and calm the water is, which, bearing in mind, should be summertime by the time I'm kind of heading up there, so it'll be May, June-ish type time. So it could be that I'm worrying about absolutely nothing and it'll be absolutely calm like glass, and I'll just skate across it, no time at all, get to the other side, pack up and move on. But it could be choppy as hell and extremely stupid to go out and risk your life just to cross a 1 mile gap. The problem is, if I plot this as part of the route, then it means that if I get there and the water is not passable, I'd have to take the alternative route. And by taking the alternative route, it would add 3 to 4 days onto the whole expedition, and would completely throw out any resupply routes, anything that's been predetermined based on what location I'll be at any one time. The flip side of the coin is, if I then plot the route to go round and I get there and find that it is actually calm and it is possible to cross, means that again the whole planning process will be out by 3 or 4 days, because I'll arrive too early at my resupply routes and locations. And I'm not really willing to just like make the crossing and then stop for 3 to 4 days, so I really don't know what to do. I should, I suppose, play it safe and plot the route, which is less dangerous but longer. I think I've just answered my question really. No point in risking your life for anything, you know, it's really not worth it, and certainly not for this. I think I'm going to be risking my life enough just by setting off and trying to survive with minimal amounts of food and sleeping in the open air, so I'm going to have to plot the longer route. That's going to suck. That's really going to suck, because I'll be able to see the other shore, but I won't be able to get across to it. I'll have to go around.
The flag.